welcome to the deep dive. Today we're tackling something pretty crucial, writing really impactful academic essays, specifically if you're in fields like informatics or engineering.
Yeah, IT and engineering. We're looking at how you move past just, describing what you did, like a lab report.
Exactly. It's about building a strong, critical argument, something with real value.
Precisely. So our mission today, let's say, is to break down the absolute must-haves for a solid technical argument, starting right at the beginning.
Okay, so the foundation, that sounds like the thesis statement.
You got it. That one or maybe two sentences that spell out your main argument. And critically, it has to be debatable, an opinion you're going to back up.
Not just a fact everyone already knows.
Right. It's surprising how often technical students just summarize the topic, saying something like, steel is used in construction. Well, yeah, that's not a thesis.
Okay, so give us an example, a strong one, maybe for engineering.
Sure. Instead of just stating a fact, a strong thesis takes a position. Like arguing that geopolymer concrete must be implemented in coastal infrastructure within 5 years.
Okay, specific.
Due to its superior resistance to saltwater corrosion. See, that's a claim. It demands proof, analysis, justification.
I see. And for, say, an IT student, saying machine learning predicts stocks is too weak.
Totally weak. A strong thesis would be more like arguing that deep learning for stock prediction, it should be regulated more strictly by market authorities.
Right.
Because maybe the high risk of overfitting could trigger, unexpected market volatility. It takes a specific stance on the implications.
Got it. So the thesis is like a promise the rest of the essay has to deliver on.
Exactly. Once you have that promise, you need the structure to keep it.
Right. The essay needs a logical flow, almost like a data pipeline for your argument.
That's a good way to put it. And the blueprint we often use is T-E-A-L for each body paragraph.
T-E-A-L. Okay, break that down. T is
your topic sentence. Just one main point for that paragraph, clearly stated, supports the main thesis.
Simple enough. Then E.
E is evidence. And for technical fields, this is absolutely critical. It can't be vague.
So no, it was stronger, or it ran faster.
Definitely not. You need concrete data, specific metrics, results from sources. For engineering, don't just say stronger.
You need the numbers.
Yes. State that compression tests showed, say, fly ash geopolymer concrete hit 45 MPa at 28 days, and compare that to the standard, maybe 30 MPa.
Okay, specific and measurable. And for IT?
Same idea, but with relevant metrics. You might cite an analysis showing a loan classification model has a disparate impact score of like 0.20 against a certain group.
And you'd contrast that.
Yeah, you'd point out the fair threshold is maybe 0.80. That gap, 0.20 versus 0.80, that's a quantifiable evidence of bias, maybe from the training data.
Which directly supports your argument about regulation, perhaps.
Exactly. Now, after the E comes A.
A for analysis. So what?
This is where you explain why that 45 MPa, or that 0.20 score, actually supports your main thesis. You interpret the data.
This feels like where technical folks might stumble.
Yeah.
Focusing too much on the what and not the why.
Very common. You're trained to describe process, but here you need to interpret significance.
And finally, L.
L's the link. Briefly connect the paragraph's idea back to the main thesis, or maybe transition smoothly to the next paragraph's point. Keeps the pipeline flowing.
T-E-A-L. Topic, evidence, analysis, link.
Got it.
So, assuming you've got that structure, what other kind of technical specific traps should people watch out for?
Good question. A big one is avoiding excessive description. Your essay isn't a user manual for installing software or a step-by-step assembly guide.
Focus on the analysis, the implications.
Right. Focus on the why, consequences of design choices, ethical issues raised by the tech, that sort of thing.
What else?
Using proper scientific notation. It's about professionalism. If you're talking efficiency, use the right symbols, like for heat efficiency.
Or computer science.
Right. You need to correctly discuss algorithmic complexity.
Yeah.
Mentioning ON log n versus ON isn't just jargon. It explains why one algorithm scales much better than another for large data sets. That difference has real-world consequences.
Makes sense. Anything else?
Yes, and this is important. Integrate the social context. The best technical work connects to people.
So if you're writing about autonomous vehicles,
don't just talk about sensors. Analyze the legal questions. Who's liable in a crash? Or how will they change our cities? The human impact.
Okay, great tips. So let's recap quickly. Strong, debatable thesis first.
Then build your case with T-E-A-L paragraphs using hard, specific evidence.
Analyze that evidence, explain the so what. Avoid getting bogged down in pure description.
Use correct notation and always consider the broader human or social context.
Perfect. Now, here's a final actionable tip for you listeners when you're revising. Try this. Read only your main thesis statement and then just the topic sentence of each body paragraph in order.
Skip all the evidence and analysis for a moment.
If that skeleton outline flows logically, if the main argument makes sense just from those key sentences, then your essay probably has a solid structure.
That's a great check. And maybe a final thought to leave everyone with.
Yeah, let's build on that idea of critical analysis.
Okay.
For every single piece of technical data or evidence you include in your essay,
Every metric, every result.
ask yourself this question. What is the real implication of this specific finding for the future development or maybe the social acceptance of this technology?
What is the true, for the world, not just for the project? That's the thinking that elevates your work from just a report to a genuine deep dive analysis.